I wrapped a trembling hand around the end of the bed and hauled myself up onto it. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see them. My heart hammered away at my ribs, and my chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. I forced myself to take long, deep breaths. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot.
Hmm?
The security camera. Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
Yeah. I guess the partition was in the way.
Yeah.
Which means somebody knew where that blind spot was. They're handcuffed together.
Yeah. Whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
They would have been trapped here when the doors closed. Why?
Look, see the red marks on their wrists? They were trying to get the handcuffs off.
So you're saying it wasn't one of them that did this?
Probably not.
Ugh. There's a cut on Tenjimyoji's left hand. Looks like it's probably from a knife. Must have been deep.
And the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound. I don't see any others, at least. If this was the only one, it doesn't look fatal. I don't think he died from this cut.
I think he made this cut so that Clover could take your finger. Ugh. The penalty. Primary door is closed. They couldn't get to them. The needles in the bracelets activated. Dim, happy Sunday, dude.
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected.
Ugh. I don't see struggling restraints or struggling from Tenmyoji.
The tubocurarine must have killed them.
Do you think that's why they were handcuffed to the sink?
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white doors without Quark. Someone wanted to use the penalty to kill them. They didn't need to tie them up.
Yeah, you got a point. That's fine, Dim. Hope you've been having fun in Ark. What's wrong?
I take back what I just said.
You find something?
Yeah.
Can we see a reflection? If I bent down to pick up something and handed it to me. Cyan bracelet. This was Quark's.
Correct. It has 9 BP, too. There's no mistake.
So Quark is dead somewhere. Joy, happy Sunday. Hold on. If Quark's bracelet is here, then that means he dead.
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
No. This can't be happening. Not Quark.
Hey, Sigma, calm down. Just because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead.
Oh yeah, he could be frozen.
In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope.
Ray of hope.
Yeah. If Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyoji and Clover. But he's not wearing it. That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tubocurarine.
You mean the bracelet came off before the doors closed?
Yeah.
That's not impossible. We know that part. I know, they only come off when your heart stops. Yep.
Maybe he got out then.
Right, he's got 9 BP. Wait, so you're saying he escaped, then came back and left his bracelet? That'd be silly. Only one secret passage. We had the 10 Commandments. The number 9 door only opens once. Even if he was able to get outside, he couldn't come back.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic? Have you actually seen Quark dead? Huh? You need to think positive, Sigma.
Yeah. That's what this channel's all about.
Reality is what we believe it to be.
He's gonna make a snide remark about I really want them to be alive. So this is what we wanted to happen? Slap him.
That's enough! Quark is definitely alive. He has to be. He has to be. I refuse to believe he isn't. I can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
Okay. I wanted to ask if she meant Clover and Tenmyoji weren't innocent and had deserved to die, but swallowed my words. He's learning. Fighting wasn't going to help us. All I could do was hope that Phi was right. Perhaps Quark was still alive. Perhaps. What are you doing?
Examining their bodies. Tenmyoji first. Clues.
Yeah, look for clues.
To who might have killed them. Finding Quark's bracelet tells us something. If the killer saw it, that would make for an obvious motive.
With Quark's bracelet, Clover and Tenmyoji would have been able to go through the white doors. The killer handcuffed them to the sink to prevent that.
Right. That's my guess, at least. That's odd. I can't find anything. I should have found something.
Like what?
You remember when we ran into Tenmyoji in the rec room? He sprayed our wrists with luminol. I'm sure I saw him pull the spray bottle out of his pocket.
And now you can't find it?
Right.
Do you think the killer took it?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at Clover, too.
Clover wrote something with her finger. And he didn't want there to be... The person who killed them didn't want there to be luminol here so we could see a message.
Give me a minute.
Am I covering her finger? No, I'm not. The finger up there. Find out down now to Clover as she spoke and began gingerly examining her corpse. Then after a moment, I saw her hand stop.
Look. See your thigh? Doesn't it look like there's something written there?
Yeah, it does.
Sorry, I'll have to move your leg a little bit.
Don't look, Sigma. Oh, there is something there. Perfect. It's written in blood. Must be Tenmyoji's.
It says 016.
It's 016 or 910. Or there's more to it. So who do we... in this timeline, Dim, Alice is dead, Luna is dead, Tenmyoji and Clover are just now dead. Quark is missing. K and Dio we think are still alive, and so are we and Phi. I think that covered everybody. The old lady's dead in this one too. What does that mean?
Hang on. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. 016. 016. I know I've seen it somewhere.
I haven't, that I remember.
It's no use. Can't remember.
What are my hopes up like
Anyway, these numbers have to have something to do with the killer. She must have written them after she got hit with the soparil. There would have been a few minutes before she went all the way under when she could have done something. I think she probably used those last minutes to tell the rest of us who'd killed her.
that? 016. Maybe, but the only people who could have done it are K and Dio. Assuming it wasn't one of us, I mean.
No. There's also Quark. I mean, I'm not saying he did it, just...
Be fair. Ugh. Balls. This is hopeless. It's not hopeless, just it's a game. I can't keep up anymore. Everything here is a mystery. Scooby-Doo mystery. Like, what about that old woman we found? Who killed her? Also, Dim, if you get totally lost, all my plays or all my playthrough of this game is up on YouTube. Just find out. I upload them all at once when I'm done. The pairs still do mean something. They have to go in the same place, and they have to vote as a team. I'm actually curious, like, the reason that's lit up is what made Luna suspicious. Because that's where the body was in, because Luna's went all the way to the left. But when she would have done it, and when we don't have a good explanation for why she would have wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. And of course, now Luna's dead too. So we could have killed her. The footage from the security camera, paired with Dio's behavior, makes Clover seem like the most likely suspect. But now we'll never know for sure. Alice's killer is a complete mystery. We don't know what the heck 016 is supposed to mean. Or Ulb, or 0 pounds. We have any idea where Quark's gone. What the heck does any of this mean? Who killed everyone? What? Who was it? Zero? Zero Senior? And who is Zero Senior? What the heck does he want? Why does this game even exist? And why did they kidnap us and bring us here? Why? We're at it. Where is this? When is this? Mysteries. 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 My head's gonna explode. Slap him again. Give me something, anything. What year is it? A clue, a hint. Come on, you gotta have something.
The luminol. I think there's a very good chance someone took the spray bottle out of Tenmyoji's pocket.
Okay, but how is that important?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think they took it?
So they could test for blood?
What would they need to do in order to do that?
They just need to spray the bottle at whatever they want to test.
That's it?
You're right. Luminol reacts with organic compounds and glows, but the glow is really faint. So you need to make it dark? You have to turn off the lights in order to see if anything's glowing.
And that would mean?
I don't know exactly what they're trying to do. The rec room, okay? So we have to go to the rec room. Find I raced for the door. We weren't sure what we'd find, but we knew where we were going. I had a feeling deep in my gut that whatever we found would be the breakthrough I'd been looking for, so I could stop asking stupid questions. Oh, I see that puzzle on the left, and I was just like, I really want to do that room. I wonder which arc that is. I also like that every single one of those arcs, or like flow chart things, is a different room. I would hate to have to do a puzzle room again. And I'll say it again, I wish they didn't, like, it doesn't need to go through all this every time. I would really like it if it's just like, we left, and then we immediately got to where we're going. Instead, we're sitting here for like a minute. Like, we could have just gone to this screen where it says rec room. Would have been fine. Okay, there's still luminol there. It's good. They kept him for this port. Oh, gee, thanks. I was not expecting to find them dead. Also, this proves that Kay is an actual person. Kay's an actual person! You could tell by the blood. All right. Woo! Good. That's good. Everything in my head ground to a halt. Even at, like, I want to look at the flowchart right now, but I feel like we're going to hit an end because we could just die right now. Even after all I'd seen, a room full of corpses had a profound effect. It was such a ridiculous thought that before I could stop myself, I laughed. That laugh made me think, was laughter in the situation a defensive response designated to protect a brain from constant emotional bombardment? Probably. They say that right before an animal dies, it feels a moment of comfort. Right before death, the brain releases a huge amount of endorphins into the bloodstream. Pain is only a warning signal meant to help the body avoid death. But when death becomes a certainty, pain no longer has any use. That's interesting. To Swaggy Dasher, thanks for that beautiful host. Happy Sunday. In fact, that loss of pain can lead to incredible feats of on the edge of death. Let's say that two species of animal come under attack from some overwhelming force. All of them are severely wounded and near death. Species A feels pain, but Species B doesn't. The horrible pain felt by Species A prevents them from moving. But because they feel no pain, some of Species B will manage to drag their wounded bodies to safety and survive. Interesting. As a result, Species A is eliminated, and only Species B manages to survive. This process of natural selection has been repeated for thousands, millions of years. All creatures that walk the face of the earth are descended from Species B. Right here. I'm no exception. That's why I can look at a room full of corpses and laugh. Ha ha! The genes I've been given by a million years of evolution have changed my fear into ecstasy. Oh, you're just going crazy, man. It's fine. Guess this means you and I are the only survivors.
Don't make me keep saying it. Quark's still out there somewhere.
Yeah. This is super creepy. You're right. He is still out there. So would that mean he killed them? I mean, you said yourself that there was no way there was a 10th uninvited player out here when Alice was killed. And we've also refuted the possibility of Zero Senior being the 10th person. There is no 10th person. The only people alive are you, me, and Quark. That means...
Being ridiculous. Look at their bodies. There's an axe buried in Kay's back, and the spear has been thrust all the way through Dio's stomach.
Oh yeah, a kid probably couldn't do that.
Do you really think a child Quark's size could do that?
No, probably not. Thanks, Stay Hydrated Bot. I'm covered. I got an entire backpack. Where is it? Come here. I had the backpack. Where'd it go? I've lost my backpack. I got it. Alright then. Are you saying you killed them?
Are you insane? And just when would I have done that? I've been with you this whole time.
I don't know. Just saying. Just trying to follow your thing. She was right. After the end of the second round of the AB game, Fi and I hadn't been out of each other's sight. We'd gone through the white door, explored the security office, solved puzzles, all of it together, except when we blacked out. There had been one time when I wasn't watching. The few minutes in the security office when I'd rested on the couch. Could she have snuck out then? The rec room and the security office weren't that far away from one another. If the round trip took about a minute, she'd killed them in 4 minutes, then the whole thing would have only taken her 5 minutes. 5 minutes, huh? Just how long I had been out. Oh yeah, and she was like accelerated in our brain. I hadn't really been out. I just felt like everything was being fast-forwarded. Probably because of my mental processing speed had dropped. But how long had I been like that? Might have only felt like a few seconds to me, but it could have very much been longer. Where did something like that, like mental processing speed, come from? You know, just regular PC stuff. Hey, what you doing there, Fi?
Checking their bodies like before. I decided to start with Dio.
Find anything?
Yeah, 2 things actually. Take a look at this.
A knife?
Yeah.
There's something engraved, the Myrmidons thing. Right now, it's either the only people we think are still alive that could have done it, Quark, and then Fi when we were knocked out. Is that the name of the manufacturer?
Dunno. It's not a name I've ever heard of before. But look at the handle. You've seen it before, right?
This is the one that was in Alice. Yep.
Right. From the looks of it, I guess the blade is about 15 centimeters long. I'd say it's probably about 3 centimeters tall and 3 millimeters wide.
I think I've heard those numbers before.
Like wound cavity. 150 millimeters. Wound length, 30 millimeters.
This was the old lady, I think.
Wound width, 3 millimeters.
Yeah, that's it. When Luna scanned the old woman's body.
Right, well, wound cavity would be the depth of the wound. Wound length would be how long it is from top to bottom. And wound width would be how wide the flat end of the wound is. In other words...
Those numbers describe the size and shape of the wound.
Right.
So if they match, then that means this knife was used to kill the old woman.
Well, I was just eyeballing those measurements, so we can't be sure.
Still, why does Dio have it?
He must have gotten it from Alice.
So when he went into that room, he could have gone in and taken the knife from Alice's body. What I mean is, why'd he take it? Did he want to destroy the evidence? Maybe he was the one who killed Alice.
That would match up with what we saw.
Wait. I'm getting confused here. Alice would have had that knife first, right? She picked it up when she found it, wrapped in the handkerchief, next to the AB room.
Right.
So Dio took it from her and stabbed her? If that's what happened, why didn't he just take the knife then? Why leave it there for us to see and then come back and get it later? He's stupid?
Well, we can look into that more later. First, I want you to have a look at something else.
What?
Don't you remember what I said?
Oh yeah, we're gonna
I
luminol.
found two things.
Oh, two
There
things.
was the knife and... this.
That key thing that we found in the... whatever room that was. When we did that branch. This is a
What do
key.
you mean, that key?
We found it in the Golem Bay. Didn't have any idea what it was for then, though. But Alice said it might be important, so she'd hang on to it. Just in case.
So, Alice should have had this, right?
Yeah.
And now Dio's got it.
Yeah.
So when Dio took the knife, he also took Kay's key.
She thinks it's Kay's key, too.
Oh man, you couldn't figure it out from the shape?
What do you mean?
Get over here. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
I want the picture of Kay riding the bunny.
Let me show you.
So good. She walked over to Kay's head, knelt down on one knee, pointed at the back of it.
You remember this, right?
Yep. Yep. So that's it. It unlocks the suit, right?
Yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Watch him be a robot with just like a bunch of blood bag. I don't know. Before I had time to prepare myself, Fi shoved in the key to the slot and twisted it. But...
It's no good. Can't get it open.
okay, why not?
Maybe the suit is powered, and it needs to be on in order to open. But with this axe in here...
You're saying it shorted the suit or something?
I think so. At any rate, the key fits perfectly. I don't have any doubt it's for removing Kay's suit.
Do you think Dio knew that when he took it?
I wonder...
So I guess we'll never know what his face really looks like. This better not turn into like Home Improvement where you never get to see Wilson's face until the series is over.
Yeah. No way we can get that mask off with our bare hands.
I wonder who he is.
Well, I
or
still
was.
haven't checked him over. Let's have a look. Maybe we'll find something that'll tell us who he is.
She'd only been searching for a few seconds before she stopped and pulled something out of Kay's robes.
Look. A spray bottle with luminol in it.
That's the one Tenmyoji had.
Yeah.
So he either killed Tenmyoji and Clover, or found them and then took that luminol. Then does that mean Kay was the one who handcuffed them?
We don't know yet.
How'd they get handcuffs? He's not the little robot boy who took off his head? Oh yeah, okay, that's still better than Q. Yeah, you're right.
Kay might have taken the spray from Tenmyoji after he died. It's possible he made it through the white doors before we did, went to the infirmary and got this.
Okay, that's also true. Enjoy your movie, Fantasia. Thanks for stopping by.
Anyway, there's something I want to see. Turn off the lights.
Are you gonna check for luminol?
Yeah. If Kay used the spray before he died, we might still be able to see it.
I think this is the Alice side. I think. We have a block here. How can Phi and K be saved is a block we don't have. There isn't enough antiviral medication. Where did Alice go? From the crew room puzzle? I don't remember those. In the crew quarters? In the 1, 2, 3, 4 room? We did that room. Who planted the bomb? We died. The puzzle with the scratch poster. That had handcuffs in it? I don't remember the handcuffs part, but I remember scratching the poster. There's blood everywhere in here, though.
That's okay. If he didn't spray it, there won't be a reaction from any of it. Come on. Alright, do it.
I was thinking spray around Clover and Tenmyoji, to be honest.
Thanks. Just as I thought. Look, Dio's left wrist.
The underside of his bracelet is glowing.
Exactly.
But why?
Because there are traces of blood on it.
Whose blood?
We've seen 5 people with serious bleeding. The old woman, Alice, Tenmyoji, and these 2 here.
There were handcuffs. Oh, that's right. It was locking the door. Thank you, Insism. That would have just annoyed the heck out of me. You are absolutely correct. So there was 1 pair of handcuffs.
I'm disinclined to think this is Dio or Kay's blood, though. See? If you look, it's been wiped off. Except for the luminol, the bracelet looks clean. Why would someone wipe blood off a bracelet after being hit with an axe or stabbed with a spear, and then spray it with luminol?
Because they're stupid.
It doesn't make sense.
That leaves the old woman, Alice, and Tenmyoji.
Right.
You remember what Tenmyoji said to us in this room?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets? Please, just do it.
Do you think Tenmyoji had figured out that one of the bracelets would have blood on it?
That would have meant he was looking for either Alice's blood or the old woman's.
I wonder which one it was.
No idea. But whatever the case, Tenmyoji seemed to think that whoever had this bracelet was Zero Sr.
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know.
What?
Neither one of you is Zero Senior.
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Yep.
Oh, wait. Are you saying that Dio is Zero Senior?
I don't know. The only thing I can say for sure is that there's a possibility that Dio killed the other 6 victims.
Then who killed Dio?
Kay, perhaps? After he was attacked, he used the last of his strength.
Another descendant of species B. Oh, wow. Because we just read that thing. Nothing. Okay, cool. Whew. Just like the dude in Yakuza Kiwami. It's like shot with like 6 bullets. He's like, come on. Come on. It was great. Anyway, if Zero Senior was Dio, then...
all of this would be over. This awful game would be over.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
The only one that's alive is Quark. That we know of.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
The only one that's able to move that we know of is Quark. How did he get a... What? That's impossible. Quark opened a gate?
Whatever. We need to get back to the Floor A warehouse.
We got 45 minutes. We can take a minute.
Hurry!
I know, I'm coming. It's so dramatic now that we know that reason they don't make us just go straight there. Dang it, there's no one here. Did they run off?
Why would they run away?
I don't know. To get us out, to get us here? How did Quark open an AV gate anyway? Without a star key, you shouldn't have been able to get it.
He must have taken one from Dio or K before we got to the rec room. We know they went through a white door. Remember? We saw the footage in the security office. That means they had a star key just like we did.
But you didn't find one when you searched them.
Right.
Well, maybe Quark's a suspect after all. You should write him off. You shouldn't write him off just because he's a kid. Maybe he knows how to use a lance or an axe.
That's impossible.
I'm looking at you, and you can jump. You can do like a vertical leap of 20 feet.
You're being an idiot. It's much more likely he found the key card after they died.
All right, let's go find him.
Any ideas where to look?
Nothing. How on earth do I know where he might be?
Well, there's one place I'd like to check out. Come on.
Okay, do you know something I don't? Probably. Women know a lot we don't. Do you see what they just did there? Why couldn't they do that the entire game? We are in Warehouse A. Now we're in Warehouse B. Magic. The room Dio and K investigated.
Right. Aren't you curious?
Yep. Besides, Quark might be there.
Yeah.
Let's move. And he doesn't have a bracelet on, so he's not going to get penalized. The door says Director's Office.
Probably belongs to the director.
Oh, but it has one of those chairs.
Chairs?
Director's chair. You know the folding ones that say Director on the back? I've always wanted to sit... Oh, that kind... No. Not that kind of director's chair. You're thinking executive chair with a high back and, like, very big.
And that's what you think we'll find in there?
And some kind of, like, either actual leather or faux leather, a little bit of breathability. With no actual ergonomic help at all. It's just meant to look nice. Aren't you excited?
Well, there could be anything in there. So, no, not really.
Yeah, what if Zero Senior was in there waiting for us?
That would make things easy. We'd settle things right now and then get the hell out.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna open it.
You don't need to keep asking me if...
I'm excited. You can be scared, Whit, but I'm a little bit like, all right, let's bring it. Bring it. Bring it.